Alright, welcome back. ORUKU crisis. Angry villagers storm ENUGÚ government house over killing of traditional ruler. Alright, the news in detail. Hundreds of people from ORUKU community in Nkano East local government area of Enugu State on Monday stormed the premises of government house Enugu to protest the killing of their traditional ruler Igwe Emmanuel Mba. The protest, which was peaceful, came barely 2 weeks after Governor Ifeanyi Agwai inaugurated a judicial commission of inquiry headed by Justice Harold Eya to ascertain the remote and immediate cause of the brutal murder of the royal father. Alright, as early as 8 o'clock, the protesters besieged the main entrance to the government house with a demand that the police should not be included in the judicial commission of inquiry set by the state government, alleging police complicity in the murder of their royal father on December 26, 2020. It was observed that the protesters who came to government house in 4 loaded 508 buses and other vehicles were mainly old men and women. While presenting their grievances, the chairman of ORUKU Caretaker Committee, Chief Ikenna Martin Nwatu, appealed to the Chief of Staff Government House, Enugu, Dr. Festus Uzo, who received them on behalf of Governor Ugwai, to help them in fishing out the killers of their ruler for justice to reign. We hope the people of ORUKU are begging you to assist us in getting justice for Igwe Emmanuel Mba, who was brutally murdered. We do not trust the police investigation into the killing of late Igwe Emmanuel Mba. We plead with you to use your good office to ensure that the Department of Security Service (DSS) is involved in the investigation so that justice will prevail. We are living in fear as the killing of traditional rulers shows that nobody is safe in our community anymore. It is not war between ORUKU and Omuode communities, but war within the community. It is an internal war. Our houses and other valuable property are burnt and nobody is talking. It is sponsored by some of our public figures who feel they must rule us at all costs. Responding to the Chief of Staff, Dr. Uzo commended the villagers for being peaceful in their demonstration, reminding them that the state government had since set up a judicial commission of inquiry with a view to getting the culprits, as well as restoring a lasting peace in the community. Dr. Uzo reminded the protesters that his boss, Governor Ifeanyi Ugwai, while setting up the panel, urging them to stay the course of peace, which his administration had strived to entrench and nurture in the state. His words, "I will convey your message to our governor, retired Honorable Ifeanyi Agwai, and I am very optimistic that he will listen to your demand. However, I have to correct an impression. The police is not part of the Judicial Commission. The police is doing their own independent investigation. The DSS is also doing theirs. You recall that the term of reference of the panel constituted by Governor Ugwai is in pursuant to Section 4(1) of the Commission of Inquiry Law Cap 24 Revised Laws of Enugu State 2004, and it concluded to ascertain the number of persons killed or injured, identify persons, group, or institutions who either by act or omissions were directly or indirectly involved in or sponsored the crisis, and investigate any other matters that may come to the knowledge of the panel in the course of the inquiry not covered in these terms of reference. Others are to make recommendations regarding persons whom the panel finds culpable and or blameworthy in connection with the crisis, and generally make recommendations in the light of its findings on how to prevent similar crises in future, and make other recommendations which the panel may consider appropriate in views of its findings. Meanwhile, it was also observed that the angry natives further marched to Enugu State House of Assembly complex, where they presented their matter before returning to their community. As the State House of Assembly, the spokesman of the community told the clerk of the House, Dr. Ima Udaya, who received them on behalf of the Speaker, Honorable Edward Ubosi, maintained that leadership crisis was largely responsible for the crisis, stressing that some notable figures were behind the killing of their traditional ruler. Dr. Udaya promised to convey their message to the Speaker of the House, explaining to them that the House was not in session. Alright, and then this had been said so far on this one. Alright, a lot of things have been said, but meanwhile, it was gathered that rays of the afternoon sun pelted our head as they fanned, and embers beneath the half-cut iron drums, with the smoke permeating the air. This smoke is unbearable, Iya Maria said, one of the three neighbors conversing under her makeshift shed about 5 meters away. Their voices rose and fell intermittently. Alright, the Lagos-Ibadan Railway was inaugurated recently for a full-paid operation by the Nigerian Railway Corporation after about a year of free test run. Justice Nwafo joined the train to and fro Lagos from Ibadan and tells his experience in his report. Alright, okay, and this had been said so far, this had been taken. Okay, well, it is gathered that onto this title, it is gathered that ORUKU crisis, that angry villagers storm Enugu government house over killing of traditional ruler. Well, the thing is, the good Lord will continue to protect us, but meanwhile, we as individuals, we need to protect ourselves. All right, and that is it on this one, my people. Meanwhile, let me have your take on this, and remember to subscribe for more updates. Thanks and God bless.